Hi, everybody. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. This is Sharon, and I've got so many things that I want to share with you today. Um, we're going to talk about how our thoughts and words matter. Today is day 5 of our 21 days of encouragement. I hope that this is helping us all think more positively, act more positively, speak more positively, and just move to a more positive place because we can all use that right now. Like we posted this morning, when we begin our day with just one small positive thought, we can actually change the physiology of our body. Just let that sink in for a minute. We are so fearfully and wondrously made, I think is the word. Let me talk to you a little bit today about neuropeptides. Okay, neuropeptides are small protein-like substances that are produced by the body. And they're actually chemicals that activate circuits in the body that in turn can sort of affect our emotions, not sort of, that do affect our emotions, our behavior. Think about that with children, younger people, older people, middle-aged people, and even our physical well-being. Our thoughts can affect our physical well-being. This is proven, so stick with me, okay? Now, the receptor sites for the neuropeptides are in fact keys to the biochemistry of our emotions. Let me say that again. The receptor sites for the neuropeptides are keys to the biochemistry of our emotions. Now, there was a research professor I think she was at Georgetown Hospital, Dr. Candace Pert, P-E-R-T. She has since gone on, but she wrote that, let me quote this, as our feelings change, this mixture of peptides, those neuropeptides that we're talking about, the mixture travels throughout the body and the brain. She said they literally change the chemistry of every cell in your body. Now, there was research done by a gentleman named Wilder Penfield, and he found that when researchers used electrodes to stimulate the part of the brain called the amygdala part of the limbic system, they could actually evoke or prompt a whole suite of emotional displays, powerful emotional displays, emotions like grief, emotions of pain, emotions of pleasure, and profound memories, the emotion of memories, and complete emotional states. They could actually evoke that by stimulating the part of the brain called the amygdala, which is part of the limbic system. Now, there was a physiologist named Walter Cannon, and he found that the body has other neuropeptide receptors outside of the brain. So up until that time, scientists thought that all of the emotion was in the brain and everything happened in the amygdala part of the brain. And it still does. They're right. They weren't wrong. However, like so many times, man's knowledge is limited, and it was limited then because they found that there are neuropeptide receptors in other parts of the brain, other parts of the body outside of the brain, places where there are a lot of chemical action going on. The body is constantly communicating with messages throughout the body. It's so amazing. There's not a computer that's been developed by man that is as smart and complex and capable as the human body. That's not a surprise because the human body was made by somebody pretty special. So this Dr. Cannon called those places outside of the amygdala, he called them hotspots or nodal points. And he found out that they're located in different places of the body, and they receive and process a lot of emotional information. This is huge. Now, one nodal point that he points out is the spinal cord. You know, if you've ever studied the spinal cord, out of each area connects to a different part of the body, and out of the spinal cord emanates all kinds of nerves. It's like the hub, okay? And the spinal cord is a huge center of sensory information that, you know, is associated with the central nervous system. We know that. So here's something even more exciting and interesting. And I hope you all find this exciting and interesting. I love this stuff because figuring out how God made everything work just delights me. Okay. And I love to share it. So if this isn't your cup of tea, there's all kinds of other stuff that you can look at. It's not going to hurt my feelings. So, and even better or more interesting, discovery shows that every hot spot or nodal point that we just talked about outside of the brain was also a human monocyte. Now, monocytes have receptors for things like endorphins and other emotion effective biochemicals that control the routing and the migration of monocytes all over the body. Okay, so now here's the fascinating part. Monocytes are a key function of the immune system. Can you believe this? A monocyte is actually a circulating element in the immune system. It circulates around the body and connects with the neuropeptides, and because it has the receptors to do that. There are no accidents. There are no accidents. So our thoughts affect neuropeptides in the body, and those neuropeptides affect or activate circuits that can change our emotions, our behavior, and even our immune system, our physical body, the physical systems of the body, namely the immune system. Now, here's the best part. This is the part I love too. Essential oils also bind to receptor sites, and they can help us release emotions, renew our focus, reawaken our internal drive, if you will, overcome our fears, eliminate those emotional blocks that we all have, and erase those thoughts that are less than uplifting and positive. Okay, replace those thoughts with uplifting and positive thoughts. So the oil that I want to talk to you about today is called Envision. I hope you can see that. Envision. It's a perfect blend. You know, I think they're all perfect. Let me tell you what's in this one. Black spruce. Now, black spruce is very balancing. It's very grounding. It helps us have feelings of prosperity. Excuse me just a minute while I puff my oil. It also has geranium in it, and that helps us release negative memories. And we all have those for sure. It has orange in it, and orange is very elevating to the mind. I like to call it liquid sunshine. It elevates the body. It just elevates everything. It relaxes, and it helps combat sadness. If there's a gray, rainy day, more than likely I'm going to be diffusing orange oil in our home, okay? Because it's just like liquid sunshine to me. Lavender. We know that lavender is calming and relaxing for most people. This one has sage in it. And I can smell the sage. I can smell the spruce, the black spruce, and I can also get the sage. Oh, I love sage. Now, sage strengthens the vital centers of the body. You know, Native Americans used to use sage for purification. You know, they would sage their homes. They used it for healing and for dispelling negative emotions. Sage was a sacred herb in the Roman Empire. I love this oil. And this one has rose. Rose is a precious, precious oil. Very high in frequency, the frequency, the measurable frequency. I'm not talking woo-woo stuff here. Rose helps give us a sense of balance and harmony and well-being, and it brings joy to the heart and usually a smile to our face. So how do we use this oil? Well, you can diffuse it in a mechanical diffuser, or you can inhale it directly, just as you see me doing it here. You can apply it topically. You just need 1 or 2 drops. Put the top back on because you don't want the molecules to escape. Rub your hands together. You can apply this to your forehead. It's a very gentle oil. The edge of your ears, there are reflex points on your ears. We'll talk about that another day if y'all are interested, but the edge of your ears, put a little bit on those ears. Apply it to your wrist, your neck, your temples. You can always put any oil on the bottom of your feet. Regardless of where you put an oil on your body, within 20 minutes, those teeny tiny molecules are going to reach every cell in your body. So, you don't have to worry so much about where to put it. Now, if you're using an oil to help with an achy spot, you probably do want to put that oil on that achy spot. But even if you don't, eventually it's going to get to that achy spot and it's going to bless your body. So you could put this one in your bath. You could apply it to dryer balls if you use those wool dryer balls. I love putting essential oils on my wool dryer balls. If you still use dryer sheets, let's talk. Let's talk, please, because they're loaded with chemicals that are messing up your endocrine system, that are screwing up with your hormones, okay? And probably affecting your respiratory system too, because they have artificial fragrance in them, and artificial fragrances are some of the worst things we can have in our homes. That's why I love these essential oils, because they're all natural and they bless our body instead of make our body sick, okay? That's all I have for you today. I hope this has been interesting. Tomorrow we're going to talk about motivation. Motivation. So I hope you'll be motivated to join me again tomorrow. And those of us that use Young Living essential oils, and there are some in this group that do, there are also many that don't, and there's some in here that probably use other brand of oils. That's okay. But Young Living has their international convention starting tomorrow, and because of the world situation, it's going to be a virtual convention, something new for all of us. And so I'll be live in the morning, because starting in the afternoon, I'm going to be glued to the convention for the next 3 days. So have a great day, everybody. Envision your best thoughts. Start your day with positive thoughts and speak them out loud. I didn't talk about the benefit of speaking our thoughts, but there is a great benefit when we hear our voice. Think about this. Everything was created by God's voice. He spoke everything into being. The vibration of his voice, the energy, the power of his voice was enough to create everything. Our voice, we've been given a voice. We have vibrational energy, vibrational power, if you will. And I say that humbly, in our voice. And so when we speak positive words, it's positive vibrations, it's positive energy that we're sending out into the air, into the world. We can affect other people just with the words we speak. And it all starts with the thoughts we think. So, little PS there about speaking it. So speak words of wonder, speak words of happiness, speak words of love. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.